Here's a truth that might sting. Your 20s and 30s could be the loneliest, most directionless decades of your entire life. While society celebrates young adulthood as the golden era of freedom and possibility, the reality hits differently. Today's young adults face an overwhelming maze of life choices that previous generations never had to navigate. Picture this. Some are grinding away in corporate towers, desperately seeking both career success and romantic connection, while others are abandoning those same urban dreams to chase suburban stability and family life. But here's where it gets controversial. What if the key to surviving this chaos isn't finding the perfect career or relationship, but instead lies in something we've been undervaluing all along? Angela Flournoy's compelling novel, The Wilderness, dares to explore this very question through the interconnected lives of 5 remarkable women. This penetrating work arrives a full decade after Flournoy's breakthrough debut, The Turner House, which catapulted her to literary fame at the young age of 30 and earned her a National Book Award nomination, along with numerous other prestigious honors. The narrative spans 2 tumultuous decades, from 2007 through 2027, following the evolving friendship between 5 black women: Desiree, Danielle, January, Monique, and Nakia. Rather than following a single protagonist, Flournoy skillfully weaves between different viewpoints, geographical locations, and time periods to paint a comprehensive portrait of these women's journeys through relationships, motherhood, professional aspirations, and personal growth. What makes this exploration particularly powerful is how it shatters the myth of carefree young adulthood. The characters face profound loss and devastating heartbreak during what society often romanticizes as life's most liberated phase. Simultaneously, they're crushed under the enormous pressure to become something meaningful, whether that's evolving into a celebrated chef like Nakia, building influence as a social media personality like Monique, embracing motherhood like January, or feeling completely lost like Desiree, who struggles with the painful sensation of having failed to launch into any coherent life direction. The story opens with a particularly poignant scenario. Desiree finds herself solely responsible for shepherding her beloved grandfather through his final days, while her estranged sister Danielle remains notably absent. Having already lost their mother during childhood, this responsibility has consumed years of Desiree's young adult life. At 22, now completely orphaned and without any clear vision for her future, she embodies the profound uncertainty many young adults face today. Seeking escape and reinvention, Desiree abandons Los Angeles, a city that feels hollow without her grandfather's presence, and relocates to New York. However, as Flournoy writes with brutal honesty, in New York, she'd found herself reaching for pastimes and postures that had nothing to do with who she actually was, untethered. This perfectly captures how geographic change alone cannot heal internal wounds or provide the sense of belonging we desperately seek. It's through this vulnerable state that Desiree discovers something transformative: a genuine friendship with Nakia, which naturally expands to include January and Monique. To someone without biological family support, the novel brilliantly illuminates how chosen family can become not just important, but essential for survival and growth. These friendships prove their worth through both everyday struggles and extraordinary challenges. The women support each other through deeply personal battles, like the isolating darkness of postpartum depression, while also navigating broader societal upheavals, including pandemic disruption and the racial justice reckonings following George Floyd's murder. Their consistent presence in each other's lives creates a buffer against life's inevitable pain, even when pride makes asking for help feel impossible. As Flournoy beautifully captures, Desiree had begun referring to January as family a few years into their friendship, And though she agreed with the sentiment, it always made her bashful. Hard to accept that someone could be so upfront about love, so clear about wanting you in their life. While each woman's perspective feels authentically distinct, the narrative structure occasionally feels unbalanced, with some characters receiving more development than others across the book's 4 sections. At certain points, the reading experience resembles a collection of interconnected short stories, rather than a single cohesive novel. However, this fragmented feeling resolves powerfully in the second half, when 2 pivotal events, one joyous, one devastating, unite the group and strengthen the overall narrative arc. And this is the part most people miss. The Wilderness challenges our cultural assumption that adult friendships naturally fade in importance as we age. Instead, Flournoy argues passionately that these relationships don't just matter, they become increasingly vital as we navigate life's growing complexities. Here's my controversial take. Maybe we've been approaching young adulthood all wrong. Instead of obsessing over individual achievement and romantic partnerships, perhaps we should be investing that same energy into building and maintaining deep, supportive friendships. What do you think? Are we undervaluing friendship in our pursuit of traditional success markers? Have you experienced the kind of chosen family that can sustain you through life's wilderness years? Share your thoughts. I'm genuinely curious whether you agree that friendship might be the missing piece in navigating modern young adulthood, or if you think there are other factors we're overlooking entirely. The Wilderness by Angela Flournoy is published by Mariner Books, spans 292 pages and retails for $30.